there for 3.
Well, I was based in Seattle at the time, and this is my first film. Thank you very much for putting me in this. But so yeah, I was in Seattle at the time, and I was also waiting tables to keep me available for when things like this come up. So I just had a couple days off and got to do film. And now I do. They brought me down here.
Jason?
Okay, I have a question, kind of random, but anyone out there cannot answer. But since this is the topic of the film, what's one thing anyone out there would change about your past?
What one thing would you all change about your past? I think we should also answer this one. I think all of us could really. This is probably why a lot of us got involved with the project in the first place, relating, being able to actually connect.
Well, that's an interesting one. I don't think I've actually thought about that in terms of the film, but I think it would be that I tried to have my first gay relationship while I was in the closet. I would not do that.
I would change one thing. I might change my day job, which I'm in the grocery business right now.
I have to say that there are probably a million things that I would change. But the thing, if I were to think about all the things I would want to change, I would be depressed. So the thing for me is, I don't have any regrets despite the millions of mistakes I've made in the past. If I didn't make those mistakes, I wouldn't be who I am today, and I probably wouldn't be here. So that's what I just have to remember.
No, I feel the same way. I made a lot of mistakes or whatever, everybody does, but I don't think I would change anything because I wouldn't be who I am, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't have the people around me that I have, so I'm really grateful for everything.
I think it's a tough question because if you look back and say what are all the things that I should have done differently, but I think the 2 are one is there's a day job change that I regret doing, and the other is that I chose to change character as a boyfriend and should have gone the other way at one point. Didn't last for a little bit. It was just.
I think for me, I think we're defined more by our mistakes than by our successes, and so I cherish my mistakes. And like Danny, mistakes. But like Danny says in the movie, he says all the mistakes I'm going to make are going to be mine, and we have to own them. And I think that's part of the story of Zach is learning to own his mistakes and not worrying so much about the past and focusing on what you can do from today forward. And so that's the way I try to look at it too.
I think not necessarily anything I would change. I mean, the best point of your tip is you can make your change at any age.
That's he would speak for themselves.
Oh yeah, totally. But whatever. But what I do imagine is that I have parallel universes where, like, I would be in NYU on one track, or I'd be in San Francisco. So I believe that, in maybe another parallel universe, the JT is doing something else somewhere else. But the point is that no matter what, you can do whatever you want at any age.
It's a difficult question because I think that everything that I've done up until now has made me the person that I am, and I cherish all of the either mistakes or triumphs. But I think if I could go back in time, I would probably dive into my professional career earlier.
I think that if it's not this, then it's that. If there was some struggle, so you can look back and regret all the many things you went through in your life. But at the end of the day, if I had to answer the question and actually do it truthfully, I would say I would be smarter in business. But I'm 25 years old, so what's the point?
I think for me, who's going to be soon unemployed if I work for Borders Books and Music, and guess what? Was dead. I have a chance to change my life, and I think I got this crossroad here. 6 years ago, I moved here from Chicago to Southern California, and my life has changed in so much, many ways I can't even describe. And so, for For me, now I'm at my crossroads. Where do I go from here? And I have a group of people here who are going to help me do that. So they're going to be there to support me no matter what. So I think if I could change things, maybe it would have been to come out here sooner. And you know, so I don't regret working for Borders, and you know, I love the book business, and so but I think that's really my only change.
Yeah, hard question. I agree with, like, you're always working with doing your best with, like, the best that you are. So in a month from now, my best will be better than today. Better me. So the biggest thing I would say is I would have learned sooner about saving money and making my money make me money. And there was this old Volvo that I had that, since it was a tank and such a great car, I poured so much money into it that I wouldn't do that now. So I'm smarter now, but yeah.
Aaron, London, 1985, and that's all I'm saying.
Thank you, guys. So